Kashia Iwa, Toshishima and Reno County, Franklin, Tribal Chairman, Kashia Pomo Tribe. And hello, my name is Reno Franklin, and Tribal Chairman, Kashia Pomo Tribe, and you are at the Kashia Coastal Reserve, a piece of property that our tribe owns here in northwestern Sonoma County along Highway 1, right at the ocean. Understanding Kashia's history is understanding the struggle. 200 years ago this year, the Russians came and landed not too far from us at Fort Ross. And when they landed, they met with our tribe, Kashia, and signed a treaty with us to allow the Russians to live and to prosper here right alongside of our people. And so they did for a number of years, but once they left, things started to go south. There was some laws passed in the state of California that made it legal to kill Indians and take Indian children and put them into slavery. So our people decided that the safest thing for us to do was to begin to isolate ourselves. And we did, and we moved to the ranch of a tribal member that lived nearby and had married a German settler, and around 1860, and lived there for a number of years, safe and secure. But when we moved off of our coastline, that marked the end of ownership for our tribe, ownership of land of the coast. It was the first time that we had not been on our coast for 13,000 years. For Kashia, the sense of place is very important. You know, the religion not being portable. You know, I can't go to a Kashia place to pray when I'm in Texas, because they don't exist there. You know, it all exists here in our ancestral lands. For 12,500 years, we lived great. The last 150, we couldn't access our coast. And if we did access it, we had to ask somebody else for permission. And so returning here to this property, returning here to this land, it's very significant to us. It's kind of an emotional experience for most of our people. Not too far from here, not even 2 miles from where we're standing right now, was the last mass killing of Kashia people up at a place near Plantation, which is not too far from us. 3 Kashia men hung for the crime of being Indian in public.
The Trust for Public Land is a national conservation organization headquartered in San Francisco. We've been around for about 45 years now, and our mission is to protect land and to create parks for people. Our role was to partner up with the Kashia and help to raise the resources so that they could acquire this land. We had to orchestrate this whole process of pulling in resources from a lot of different places to make this work. I think we've returned about 200,000 acres to tribes across North America. And so their attorney knew about us, gave us a call, invited me to come out and to see this property. So I came out here one day, met the Kashia, met the landowner, and we toured around, and it was obvious from day one it was just something we needed to do to help. We've done a number of projects along the California coast over our 40-some years now that have taken private land along the coast and made it public again. On most of those properties, you have trails now, opportunities for the public to get out there, and the coastal trail is all about giving people that coastal experience. So I think a lot of the segments of the coastal trail, if you follow that story back about how that came to be, I think you'd find the Trust for Public Land was involved.
We want to bring the coastal trail to this piece of property. We want to bring the general public out here during certain times of the year and let them experience the beauty of our coast just like all of us do. While they're doing that, we've got an educational component that we're excited to bring. It'll teach our language. It'll teach, when you're looking at whales, what our word for whale is. You'll learn a little bit about our history. Learn a little bit about the history of the family that we purchased the property from, the Richardsons, good, close, personal friends of ours, and begin to experience what Kashia wants people to experience, which is us.
This land, to me, means everything. It is a part of who I am, and being able to have this land back is the most important thing for not just me, my elders, those past and those present and those in the future, for the children and the generations coming. And being able to have this trail come through here and share with the public what they helped return to us is the greater gift, I think, because they can see all the land around us, the mountains above us and the sea below us. History is strange in the way that, you know, it's not always going to start good, but it can end good.
We not only did really good environmental conservation, but we actually did something to right a wrong here. This is social justice happening and not just environmental conservation. And that was just deeply rewarding, and you could see that in the eyes and the faces of the Kashia people who were coming home.
On the day that we took the property, we signed the last deed, I cried like a baby, I'm not gonna lie. And when our dancers came out and danced again on this property that day, that was the first time in more than 150 years that those songs had been sung just right over there on the other side of those trees. You had trees up there that are 300-400 years old. Some of those trees were here last time that our Kashia tribal members were singing up on that hill. And when you could hear the sound of our clappers and the sound of our singers bouncing off and echoing off those trees, it was powerful. And so why not want to share that with the general public who want to come onto this land and walk this coast and see a piece of who we are? How could we not want to share that beauty with people? And you know, that at the end of the day, that's who we are. That's who Kashia is. And the reciprocity being the law that we follow. What was given, something else is given in return. $2.9 million by the county of Sonoma. We're going to give back to the people of Sonoma County. And our way of doing that is by providing them this beauty here that you look at, that we look at.